An armed robbery occurs on campus while students are on spring break.
And we have updates on Mirror Lake and the university mumps outbreak.
Plus, we sat down with the newly elected USG president and vice president.
All that and more starts right now.
I'm Alice Buckeye.
And I'm Ariana Bernard, in for Alexandria Chapin.
You're watching Buckeye News Now. While students were off for spring break, several campus employees were the victims of an armed robbery. Ariana Bernard has more on this story.
Over spring break, several employees of Campus Park were robbed at gunpoint while walking over this bridge located above Carmack Road near Bevis Hall. The robbery was reported around 4:40 a.m. on March 9th, according to the public safety notice released by Ohio State Police.
The case has aggressively been investigated by our investigative service division, so they're following up on all leads at this time.
None of the employees were injured, and the suspect is described as a 5'11" black man with an athletic build. The event caught OSU police attention enough for them to make potential changes.
Obviously, the way things have been done and will be done in the future will change, but due to security concerns and reasons, we don't want to elaborate beyond that.
Because the investigation is active and ongoing, no new information can be released at this time. However, there are some steps students are encouraged to take to remain safe.
We always encourage all faculty, staff, and students to remain vigilant about safety, to look out for each other or someone who needs help. We also have the student safety services who provide transport to individuals who don't want to walk alone or may need a ride to class or something of that nature.
Anyone with any information regarding this robbery should contact either University or Columbus Police. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Ariana Bernard.
A recent university study shows the number of Ohio State police officers per student is the least in the Big Ten. The OSU Police Department is down roughly 12 officers and has pulled officers from the University Hospital East to make up for the shortage. The resolution has been passed by the undergraduate student government, calling for 10 to 13 additional campus police.
We're concerned for the amount of officers at the Ohio State University Police Department. They are at least 10% less than what they've had in other years. And when you compare Ohio State to other Big Ten universities, Ohio State is actually the least amount of officers per student ratio of all the Big Ten universities. We're advocating for more officers. Part of the reason is the officers are mandated a lot of overtime. And from an officer's perspective, although sometimes the money's nice, it takes away a quality of life, and at one point there's burnout. We think that for the officers working in the university, and then for the safety of the students, that an increase in staffing at OSU and the police department is what's needed to ensure that both the officers are healthy and that the students are protected. In the past, there's been references to security on campus, and that's usually, the university usually responds with a combined approach. But the safety and security of the students, it's really important to have police officers. Most of those security officials at the hospital, at other places in the university, are unarmed security, and they are unable to respond if a serious threat is presented on campus.
History was made at Ohio State when two women were elected as USG president and vice president. Celia Wright and Leah LaCour won the election with 40.4% of the total votes. Here's more from our sit-down interview with the women.
Months ago, when Leah and I began to plan our campaign, it was something that turned us off, the prospect that we'd be two females running together, simply because it hadn't been successful before, and in our time as members of this organization, we haven't had a great number of female leaders in the higher level leadership positions, so we were worried about that, and we're really glad that no one else hopefully will have to worry about that in the future.
Yeah, I think it's been really exciting for us. We've heard from former USG candidates who ran on 2 women teams, and they've been so excited about it that we were able to accomplish it, as well as we've heard from students from other schools who are having the same opportunity of not only being the possible first team elected, but the first team ever to run that's dual female. And that, you know, to be able to give some advice to them and to talk to them is really, really exciting for us.
Mirror Lake is the focus of a sustainability study to address sustainability issues across campus. This week marked an open house where faculty, students, and staff were able to address the study in order to develop a master plan for Mirror Lake. The overall sustainability study focuses on ways to fix leaks as well as a solution to reduce the water consumption of Mirror Lake.
The university is very, very interested in sustainability issues and having a physical environment that reflects our sustainability values. And as part of that, while we were maintaining Mirror Lake, we noticed that, we were using a lot of water in it, drinking water. There are leaks at the bottom of the lake and water overflows continuously from the east end to the west end. So we decided we needed to do something about it. So we undertook a technical study to determine how we could fix these issues to make the lake beautiful, safe, and sustainable. And as part of that, everything that we do, we are one Ohio State University, and we want input from alumni, from faculty, staff, and students. So we have the results of the technical study back, and we wanted to hold this charrette, given the iconic nature of Mirror Lake, and we know the students care very passionately about what's going to happen. There are a lot of questions. We wanted to use this charrette as a means of gathering input from all of the stakeholders.
Earlier this month, interim President Joseph Valuto released a message stating that 11 Ohio State students were diagnosed with suspected mumps. Since the release, the number of students diagnosed with mumps has increased to 23. Mumps is a viral illness that causes swollen salivary glands. The virus can spread very quickly in densely populated areas, and students are encouraged to take proper precautions. Valuto sent another email just this week asking professors to offer these infected students accommodations with coursework.
All around campus, we've been hanging signs. Student Life has been hanging signs that suggest that students practice good health hygiene, which is washing hands a lot, trying to not sneeze or cough in anyone else's face, don't share eating utensils, and in that way, we hope to minimize the spread of the illness.
The Fisher College of Business was recently named one of the top business schools for military veterans nationwide. According to a survey released by the Military Times, Fisher was ranked number 2 in the publication's Best for Vets rankings. The publication highlights Fisher's efforts to provide veterans with academic, mentoring, and networking opportunities for post-military careers.
We've been working closely with donors and companies, the Rotary in Columbus, to really create a program that's special and supportive of our veterans. So the fact that that's being recognized is terrific.
Ohio State and the University of Michigan will team up with EWI, a local Columbus company, to develop the use of lightweight metals as part of a $70 million contract with the federal government. President Barack Obama formally announced the contract as part of his initiative to establish manufacturing innovation centers, according to the Dispatch. The contract will be funded by the Navy's budget and will create up to 10,000 jobs in the Midwest. In addition to the $70 million for the project, the states of Ohio and Michigan will provide $10 million for the research.
This is basically a way that we can take the research that we do in the laboratory and extend that to actual practice. So this particular award is all about taking the great things we do in sheet metal forming, casting, forging, other techniques, coatings, corrosion, welding, and get that out to enhance the economy and let manufacturers use that more effectively.
When we come back, we'll give you the first look at a library renovation project, plus a new partnership with Nationwide Insurance.
And we have our full weekend weather forecast.
Don't go away. Welcome back. Ohio State has recently formed an expanded partnership with Nationwide Insurance. The partnership consists of a 10-year agreement that will provide about $17 million to support educational programming, student internships, and alumni services. The agreement establishes Nationwide as the official insurance sponsor for the university community, providing discounts on personal insurance for Ohio State faculty, staff, students, and alumni.
The Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences Library closed on March 7th for renovations and will remain closed through early 2015. Alice Buckeye has more on what students can expect from the renovations.
As it starts its new chapter of renovations, the library is compressed into one room in Howlett Hall. The Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Services Library closed for renovations as students left campus for spring break. The $2.8 million project is expected to finish up in early 2015 and will update and add amenities to the library.
We'll have 5 group study rooms, which we don't currently have. We'll have wireless. We'll have attractive places to study. There'll be a heritage wall to focus on the history of the college, FAS College. So that's going to be a special feature, which we are really looking forward to.
The FAES Library moved to a temporary location in Howlett Hall, just a few blocks from the original library. But there are some limitations in a temporary location.
Well, there's no study spaces over there for students to come in, and we're not providing public printing. So we're telling students about other locations where they can go study and where they can print or use public computers that are close by here on the West Campus.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Alice Buckeye. This month marks Women's History Month, and Ohio State has lined up a month's worth of events to recognize it. The Student Life Multicultural Center brought in different speakers and authors to hold discussions for women's issues.
This year, Dr. Javon Adams Gaston, the Senior Vice President of Student Life, or Dr. J as we affectionately call her, decided that she wanted to do a bigger push, more of a university-wide celebration for Women's History Month. So we got a committee together and came up with a wonderful list of events for everyone in the OSU and including the Columbus community to come out and help us celebrate Women's History Month.
Just take it, drive it, and park it. Cars to Go is offering students without a car a new means of transportation. The small vehicles are environmentally friendly and can be found all over Columbus. The service serves to lessen the expense of car ownership and runs at 38 cents per minute. Gas and parking is included, and there are no late fees or reservations required. Cars to Go has already grown since it was first launched in Columbus.
We've gone from when we launched just over 50 cars in October of 2013 to we're at 250 now. All students, faculty, and staff at The Ohio State University or any campus around Ohio can sign up for free with the promo code COLLEGE0030. That gives you 30 minutes of free drive time as well as not having to pay the $35 registration fee, and that's a lifetime membership.
Our meteorologist Mackenzie Bart joins us now with your 5-day weather forecast.
We've had some great temperatures this week. Mackenzie, does it look like it's going to stay?
Thanks, Alice. It does look like we will be seeing a touch of spring, especially in the temperatures. Let's look at the day planner for Friday. Starting off the morning, 44 degrees. We will be ending a snow and rain mixture. Continuing on throughout the afternoon, the temperatures will warm up. We're looking to hit around 59, maybe possibly going into 60 degrees. Those temperatures will still stay warm. As you see, there is a possibility of some rain showers throughout the day, but temperatures warm all in all, especially around the 8 p.m. hour, ending at 58 degrees. As we take a look at our national radar, that band of rain and snow has pushed out of our system. Another band will come in for late tonight, moving on into Saturday. But like I said, temperatures will be warm, so make sure you have that umbrella with you. Looking at our surface map, as you can see, clear in Ohio, but this low pressure system is going to be bringing in another band of precipitation later on in the week. If you do have an interest in weather or need something to do on Friday, we do have the Severe Weather Symposium that'll be from 9 a.m. to 5 this Friday at the Ohio State University at the U.S. Bank Conference Theater. So make sure you do stop in. I know several meteorologists from the Columbus area will be there. Friday night, we're looking at a low of 41 degrees, some late evening rain, a 30% chance of that. Winds from the southwest, 6 to 11 miles an hour. Continuing on to tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 50 degrees. Those rain showers still continuing on as we head on through the afternoon on Saturday. We will change to mostly cloudy skies. Winds from the southwest, 10 to 14 miles an hour. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Saturday, a low of 28 degrees. Sunday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 37, low of 23. Monday, we get mostly cloudy skies, headed back to class, a high of 36, low of 26, temperatures starting to warm up by Tuesday. There is a small percent of some snow flurries, a low of 27. Then back on Wednesday, we see those temperatures rising again, a high of 43, low of 26, mostly cloudy skies. I'm meteorologist Mackenzie Bart, and that's your Buckeye News Now weather update. Back to you guys in the studio.
When we come back, we're joined by our sports director, Franz Roz.
He's bringing his full campus sports report.
Stay with us. Joining us now is our sports director, Franz Roz.
Thanks for joining us, Franz.
Thanks for having me, Alice. Ariana. As always, I'll send it over to our sports reporter, Jordan Elwood, who will take us through all our news in Ohio State athletics.
The Ohio State men's basketball season is officially over. Losing in the second round of the NCAA tournament to in-state opponent, the Dayton Flyers, by 1 point. This is only the third time in their 26 tournament appearances that the Buckeyes have been eliminated in the first game. Sam Thompson led Ohio State with 18 points, and senior Aaron Kraft added 16 points in what would be his last collegiate game. The Buckeyes trailed at halftime 33-30, but were able to fight back in the second half, going back and forth with the Flyers for the lead. The Buckeyes held a 1-point lead with 10.8 seconds left, but Dayton was able to get a layup with 3 seconds left, giving them the advantage. Aaron Kraft tried to take it to the other end of the court, but missed a shot, leaving the Buckeyes at a loss. Buckeye baseball has now won 5 games in a row, including extra innings in the 6-5 win over Akron Monday night. A sacrifice fly by Troy Montgomery in the bottom of the 11th helped clinch the win over the Zips. Pinch runner Jacob Ropes scored the winning run. The next night, the Buckeyes jumped ahead 6-0 in the first 2 innings against Xavier before defeating them 10-3. The Buckeyes start Big Ten play this weekend at home as they take on the Michigan State Spartans. The Ohio State men's ice hockey team ended their regular season splitting a weekend series with Penn State. The Buckeyes took down the Nittany Lions 4-2 the first night, but couldn't manage a repeat, losing 4-2 in Game 2. Junior forward Ryan Dzingel was named a Hobie Baker Award finalist, an award given to the top player in NCAA Division I men's hockey. He's one of 10 finalists. The Big Ten tournament starts this weekend in Minnesota. Buckeye men's lacrosse so far only 1-7 overall on the season. Ohio State traveled to Denver, Colorado to take on number 9 ranked Denver and lost 9-5. Junior David Planning led the Buckeyes with 3 goals in the game. The Buckeyes will host their next 3 games in Columbus. They take on Bellarmine on Friday. For all your winter and spring sports news, make sure to like Buckeye TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Jordan Elwood.
That's all we have for you this week on Buckeye News Now.
Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Thanks for watching.